Hello, I'm Cameron Drake, and welcome to userXgaming. I'm doing a fresh start for ESO, and let's get started. I'm going with female this time, and I'm going to go with my old standby, which is Daggerfall Covenant. I have a particular pack which allows me to be any race, any class, or any race, any banner. I will be choosing Dark Elf. I've always had an affinity for Dark Elves ever since I found out they exist in fantasy. So that is my go-to. And from what I gather, the Dark Elves are a little based a little bit on both D&D's Drow and Dark Elves in general, which get their start, I believe, in Norse lore, which is fitting considering they are actually with the Nords in Elder Scrolls lore, especially in the Three Banners lore. I am going to actually go with a actual self-healer this time, which is the Templar. Alright, one thing that I do like about ESO is that you're actually allowed to use any weapons, armor, which is actually standard in Elder Scrolls since I think the very beginning. Let's go with a bit more muscle. I'm going to actually switch my preview gear to no gear, because I actually want to figure out what kind of body type I would actually like. And let's see, we're going to go with... looks good to me. So let's go over. Actually, wrong button. We're going to go a little lower, and I'm going to go a little bit to my roots with going a little. I think I'm going to go a little more blue skin. As I said, going back to my roots with one of my first MMOs, which was EverQuest. And let's go to torso size. We'll shrink that down. One thing that they did a little different with ESO than they do with their mainline Elder Scrolls games is that a lot of the features are a little less harsh. The mainline Elder Scrolls games, the features are a little, not going to say alien, but they're a little harsher than they are in the MMO. Which I don't actually mind. See, I usually don't go for very many adornments, so I'm going to go a little more all natural. actually like that, so I'm going to go with it. Hair color, I usually stick with a little more traditional D&D-ish, unless I'm doing something a little more silly. And let's see. And let's see. I'm actually playing a little more along with my art style when I actually when I draw, so that's where I get a little bit of my facial features and body features, which I'm kind of speeding through a little bit. And a lot of fantasy that we have now, when it's not pulling specifically from different mythologies and lore, actually pulls itself a lot heavily from Tolkien. And I actually like when they kind of flip the script a little bit and mix it together. And let's see, that's good. Let's see, we're going to test this a little bit. Oh! We're going to leave it at that. Let's see, eye color. I'm going to throw a little red there. I make my eyes a little bit bigger. As I said, I kind of softened the features even more a little bit because just the way my art style was whenever I actually draw, that's the aesthetic I kind of like. And let's remove a lot of that squint. Finish, and I'm gonna give her a name. Alright. And I'm just gonna go with one that I use heavily in a lot of my MMOs in the past. I haven't really used it in this one, so this is gonna be a fresh start for this character. Boom. And I have played through the tutorial in the past, but I'm going to go ahead and play through it in this playthrough. Oh. That is unfortunate. Well, then I guess she's actually going to get a last name this time. And I'm gonna play as once again I'm gonna play a little bit with into my playbook from former games, and gonna pull Verlin out. Let's see what we get. And we're going to just go ahead and play, and requesting the character load. And let's get playing, actually. And they actually have a first time you load into Elsewhere, the first time, it actually gives you the actual events that lead to you being here.
Easy now, Walker. You are all right. This is Starhaven, home to peaceful adepts. There is a letter and the key to the door on the dresser.
And as you see, this is a first-person view, which is traditional for an Elder Scrolls game. And we're going to actually flip the script a little bit and go to a third-person point of view, which is the way I prefer to play. And let's examine this letter. And it goes, I am Aberthorn, Battle Mage and former advisor to the Emperor, and I am calling for allies to join me in the Khajiit homeland and assist the Khajiit Defense Force to stop a rage of dragons. This terrible danger sweeps through northern Elsewhere to the province the Khajiit refer to as Anagwin. I have decided to offer my services to Lord Gareshri, the Speaker of the Main, to help their homeland in this time of great need. I cannot deal with this threat by myself. If you have sword or spell and a desire to test yourself against the ultimate enemy, find me in the town of Riverhold at Zar Zabhal. And no, this is not a prank. The dragons have returned. Abner Tharn.
For surviving a dragon attack, you look well. The healers did an admirable job, yes?
And let's take the room key. And here we go.
You're awake. Come, let us speak.
Alright. This quest actually has an optional step, which I am actually going to follow, and that is to speak with Zamorak.
Zamorak is pleased to see you are awake. You have slept for many days, and this one feared the worst. Still, it is not every day that one walks away from a dragon attack.
Let's see, and of course I'm going to go ask the question.
We both were. The caravan that brought us to northern Elsewhere was attacked by the great beast. Luckily, the adepts of Starhaven witnessed the event and came to our aid. They brought us here and worked diligently to heal us.
And who are you again?
A humble adept, nothing more. This one was exiled from his home long ago, but felt the time had come for him to return.
And why were you exiled?
That is not a tale that Zamorak wishes to tell. Not right now. Besides, the Grand Adept wants to talk with you. Best not to keep him waiting.
Alright, let's take a little stroll. I have a tendency to, whenever I see a bookshelf, go ahead and search it. And there is actually a reason for this, because sometimes you end up with skills that get to go up because you find a book or a scroll or such that will increase that skill. So you'll sometimes see me literally flying through this. But this is also a great way to learn the lore of the Elder Scrolls in general, because there's tidbits of lore everywhere in these games. The mainline games, as well as, in this case, Elder Scrolls Online. with Elder Scrolls, they started actually as a PC game, which I will also be pursuing in clever ways through the PS4 and other systems, which is certain games that got their starts on PCs have been brought over to consoles, such as Pillars of Eternity and the classic RPG series, which was started by BioWare, and Beamdog has actually brought over, which is the Baldur's Gates 1 and 2, and Icewind Dale, Planescape, and Neverwinter Nights. But in the case with Elder Scrolls, they didn't start porting over to console until Morrowind on, I believe, Xbox. And then, of course, Oblivion was brought to the 360, as well as Skyrim, as well as Skyrim's many ports over to, such as the 360, PS3, and now PS4, as well as actually now the Switch now, I believe. And so let's see. Ooh, there's a room in here. Ooh, ingredient for crafting. You have crafting's done a little differently in this one than it was in the main lines. Oh yeah, I've already hit this one, and that is the crafting stations are all inclusive. So you hit a blacksmithing station, you don't have to hit 4 or 5 different positions in the station as you would in a mainline game. It's all done right there in the one station. I'll show you this later.
Greetings. This one is Majadro, Grand Adept of Star Haven. He is glad to see you in good health, traveler. It is not every day that one survives a dragon attack. Bright moons must have blessed your path. You were carrying the letter when we found you. It looked important, so we left it where you could find it. But how do you feel, traveler? Did the dragon cause any permanent damage? Let us test your strength then, yes? Though this one is now Grand Adept, he once trained the warriors of Starhaven. Sadly, it has been many years since Majadro last sparred with a pupil. Not here, of course. This is no tavern brawl. Collect a training sword and meet this one outside in the gardens. Let us prove ourselves where Joan and Jode can see us. Take out one of our training swords and meet this one in the gardens.
Aha! Well, one of the training swords, and I'm about to say the only training sword. And we take all. And even though I've done this several times, I'm still very much a fan of showing how I actually play instead of just do this right quickly. I am one who actually likes to actually explore places, even if I've seen it a dozen times, because you never know if you find something you actually missed. Ooh, and there's the tip about how to switch from first person to third person. We'll pop just to get. And yes, I do a lot of running. Whee! Jump. Ooh, seasoning sack. What do we got? Ooh, seasoning. I am a subscriber, so I have a nice little pack that is separate from the inventory to hold my things that I actually use for crafting. And lovely thing about that pack is it's shared through all of your
This guy's warned of a changing season. Can you see it?
Alright. As I was about to say, the crafting bag is actually shared through all of your characters in the game, and is fully accessible as long as you're actually a subscriber. And let's continue on.
This one fears the dragon that attacked you was only the beginning, traveler. Dark moons loom on Elsewhere's horizon. Of that, Majadro has little doubt. But enough talk. We came here to spar, did we not? Majadro can think of no better. Like the two divine moons that dance in harmony, let the balance of your blade reflect the balance of your soul. Are you prepared to start? Let us begin. Solid strike. A healthy blow. What sleek work. You strike well, but can you guard? Now, quick, strike while this one is off balance. Very good, traveler. Once more, swing with all your might. What a powerful blow. Shield yourself, and once more. Such masterful strikes. But what if you are in distress? Now break free of this one's trap. Here comes another trap. Prepare for another trap. Now, bash with again. Press your advantage with a heavy attack. Again, stop this one's attack.
And the what they're showing is actually the way the fighting mechanics have been.
Interrupt their attack and punish their hesitation. How good it feels to spar with a student again. Come now, let us continue to the Adeptorium.
The mechanics they were actually showing have been a staple
Wait,
in
did you hear that?
Elder Scrolls since Morrowind.
Look out! You must help the other adepts. Take the passage through the catacombs. This one must go one Zamorak.
Right, and we're going to take a move over here. And we enter the catacombs. Right. Now that I'm in here, I'm going to actually go ahead and level up. Let's see. Go hit the level up. We gain our skill points, which is going to be 1 and 1 attribute point. Next level, we actually get a fortifying meal, and let's take a look. We're going, considering I plan on being a mostly, I'm going to play the healer role a bit, and I'm going to be. I think I'm going to go heavy armor this time as well. But magicka is something you're going to need if you're going to be running a heal roll. And here we go. Skill lines. Let's see. We're at Templar Adept, but I'm actually thinking, what we got? Rushing Ceremony. Which is that? Right, but I'm gonna take, where were we? Restoring Light, yes. And that is a Rush Ceremony. So go hit that, and and that is going to by default move over to square because that's the first in the line. But I prefer to keep my healings and things on my L1 and R1. So I'm going to put that on R1. And that moves it. And we're going to keep moving. And I said, even though I've done this a good number of times. Ooh. And there we go. Sneaky sneak. Even though I don't know if there's an enemy in here. Oh, yes, there is. Wow, I forgot about that. And while hidden, yeah, I just smacked him good and hard. Wow. Let's see. I'm gonna walk around still. And if you do something like that, guess what? I just got myself some fishing bait. Which, as you see, went straight to my crafting bag. Ooh, let's see that. Take that. And take that. You see, crafting items. Ooh. I'm going to take those. The moonstone is a crafting item, so that went straight to my, there's another one. Which is nice. Ooh, another. Aha, lockpicks. Those come in handy. And where are we here? Ah, ooh, more urns. Search. Ooh. One-handed weapon. Carrots. Hey, barley. As I said, I'm very big on searching, because you never know what you're going to get, even if you've done this a bunch of times. As I said, each experience you end up finding more than. You saw that I got a recipe a little bit earlier. I'm going to actually go in my inventory, because those recipes, once you read them, it takes them out of your inventory, but now you'll be able to, once you find a cooking fire, able to actually create the item that you've acquired. And see, I just gained the skill line provisioning, and as you see, there's an iron dagger which can be placed in either hand to give you either a sword and shield style, which I don't have a shield right now, but or if you can take a dagger and place it in your offhand, and you can gain the skill line for two weapons fighting. I'm going to stick with my training sword right now. As you see, it still does more damage. And as you see, I now have gained 2 iron gauntlets. One is actually a better quality, so I'm going to go with it. see, we've just gained those 2 skill lines. And with the Templar, I think, as I said, I'm going to go heavy weapons, so I'm going to be definitely taking the frontline healing approach, which means I will be playing a bit of tank role as well as healer role. And, well, that's another player. Greetings to you. And let's see. We got more weapon styles. I'm going to take the Inferno just because. And there's a mace and a shield. Ooh, a 2 weapon. Let's see, there's a dagger. I just saw an axe. Let's take one of those. A bow. And let's see, ooh, there's another mace. But I already have a mace, so I'm gonna just take a look at this. Ooh. And there's another pattern. This pattern is for, I believe, let's take a look, and I get a closer look, and I'll be able to be fully... Ooh, there's a helm. I'm going to take that. Ooh, and guards. Yes, guards are nice. Let's see. Ooh, a sword. Alright. I'll probably go sword instead of the mace, but let's take a look at what we got here. Ooh, that's a map. Haha, yes, maps are nice. But we're going to go into inventory first. And let's see. You see, here we go. Yes, that is a common basket. That's through the tailoring line. However, it is a house item. Ooh, that's a cute little griffin. And let's see, let's use that and learn it. And as you see, skill line gain was clothing. And hey, achievements. Gotta love achievements. And here we go. Let's go with the main hand. I'm going to actually show you a little bit of what each type of weapon does, or weapon style is. So we're going to go with a iron sword, and then go with offhand. We're going to actually throw a iron dagger on there. And of course, I gained an iron helm, so I'm going to put that on. Ooh, I now look like a cat. But hey, it's to be expected. This is the Khajiit homeland. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on those guards that I picked up, and as you see, this is I'm right currently in a that's still got that, and now as you see, I am equipped for 2 weapons fighting. Let's show. Ooh, boots are nice. Ooh, there's a map again. I've been playing other games, and you go to the inventory screen through the what's the map button for the. And let's go. Let's put some rawhide boots on, and let's keep moving. Ooh, rat. You can actually get you see, I just gained the skill line for dual building. And there we go, some more fishing bait. And with that, it's literally the animation for blocking is crossing your weapons together. Crossing, yes, that's fun. And let's see, as you see, the map is actually pretty handy when you actually need it. But I'm going to go ahead and shift out and show another little bit. Inferno Staff. This is a weapon style that you will use if you're going a straight magic user. And that is fun. Ooh, there's an enemy. Speaking of, let's light them up. This is a destruction staff, so destruction staffs come in, I believe, 3 varieties. let's see. This one happens to be fire. There is one more. There's one more type of staff style that's called recovery staffs. They are nice too, because you can actually get a full-on. If you want to go pure healer with no real offensive strikes with it, you would want the recovery staff. This is for more of a damage dealer type of caster class. Would be what you would choose for a destruction staff. And another favorite of mine, which is the bow, which I have played. Bows are fun, but they're a little different than most, because unlike a way a shooter would deal with a bow, this is you basically get your pointer close and you're good. Alright, let's see. Ooh, lockpick, moonstone. Yeah, this is lovely. Okay. Ooh. Believe me, when we get to a point where I show you a little bit, there's another Inferno staff. Yeah, they're really. Ooh, Lotus. Pewter ring. Let's go ahead and rings. There we go. Ooh, okay, there's the other player. And you have weapons have different speeds as well. Axes are a little slower than the swords, but and they're kind of about mid-range. And your blunt weapons like maces are the slowest, but they also do the most damage. Yeah. I just happen to prefer swords. I always have. Do not really know why, but that's the truth of the matter. I'm going to be taking the greatsword. They're giving you a lot of weapon choices, because really, this with the tutorial, you're getting the chance to choose your playing style. In a way, they give you the basics of what you need to really set up your character as how are you going to actually play the character, which is I find quite enjoyable, because in a way you're kind of role playing your choices. Ooh, gloves. Oh wait, I got gauntlets anyway. Why did I choose gloves? Oh, speaking of things like gloves, that is a way to. Those are light items. They really allow you to boost your magic. But I'm gonna run around in here a little more, because I took that direction. I actually missed going into this room. I think I actually may have missed another room. Let's see. Or did I? Aha! And as you see, I've already found a lockpick. Speaking of, I still haven't found an enemy to threat. Alright, this is how lockpicking is done in this game. Skyrim does it a little different, but both work in their own way. There we go. And boom. See, the brush ceremonies and you get a little bit of experience for doing things like this. This is the armory, so you're gonna see there's many more items to choose from, And considering the this is an open delve in a way, you're able to. There's going to be many players, and I think for when they first thought about it, that the new players that were coming in and elsewhere when it first came out, this would have been a lot of players, and they wanted to give them all the players the same options, you know. And you see, when you pick it up, it disappears, and that's across the whole thing. And there's more lockpicks. So they placed a lot of the same items over and over again, so everybody had a chance to get one. Ah, speaking of, that's a bad guy. Yes. And let's shoot him. And, ooh, that was nice. One shot at that summoned creature. And voila. And skill line gain, bow. Ooh, homespun reaches. Those were for light armored. So I'm going to just leave that because I'm not really going to need them. Ooh, stop it. Got something new. That's a waste item. And considering I don't have one of those yet, I'm just going to go ahead and grab, as you saw, or went ahead and grabbed it. Ooh. And another recipe. Nice. And as you saw, that one's actually a woodworking one, so we're gonna... I already got those nice gauntlets I'm keeping, so I'm gonna leave the rawhide. And let's go right here and let's take a look at what I got here. As you see, I accidentally grabbed those, but I'm gonna just keep them because you can always do something with them. And let's move over to. I'm gonna grab that iron sword again, and I'm gonna go to offhand and put a shield on. Because what happens every time you use a new weapon combination, you actually open up a skill line, as you've been noticing. And there we go. Ah, shucks, there's another enemy, so I'm going to use this one again. Well. There we go. And you see that just increased to 2. This is for a defensive tank setup for close range. Heavily implied anyway, because, well, there you go, that's guarding. And you keep them occupied with your guards and sword and shield skills. That being said, let's flip over to our inventory again. As you see, we got I believe that's nearly all the weapon combinations, all but the restorative staff, which I haven't been able to find yet. But that's the way I'm going to run. I'm going to run with a two-handed weapon. And yeah, there's supplies. You see the 2 recipes. I'm going to go ahead and learn them. See, just gained the skill line. And hey, got an achievement. And we're going to hit the tonic. Sweet berry tonic. Alright. I'm going to go over here to skill lines, because we just gained a bunch of them. As you see, there's provisioning. Those are, it's all passive abilities with provisioning. And, well, so is it with clothing and woodworking. But the thing is, these skills, passives, allow you to progress further and makes you able to make better stuff. You see, destructive staff. This has active and passives, as well as ultimates. And that's force shock. Well, as you see, none of these are actually opened up yet, and they won't be until you actually earn points to put stuff into them. See, with bow, it's snipe is what's unlockable right now. And so you have to get to a 2 on those, and dual wield, yeah. You see, that's still 1, and everything's locked. Once you get to 2, you just unlocks your the ability to obtain your first skill. Each class, be as it is, you get 3 magic lines that you get automatically, which is, in this case, a spiritual spear, which is, I believe, made out of pretty much light. Dawn's Wrath is your casting light magic. Then, you know, straight healing. And hello, you just respawned. That is a difference also with this being an MMO. You have respawn timers instead of them staying dead like they do in the mainline games. Continue on now, because I was probably boring you to death a little bit. Alright. Ooh. Well, that'd just be plain silly to just sit in the middle of a dungeon. But,
Stop this! Starhaven's adepts are peaceful!
Another corpse for our army! How grand!
hey there, Steve. Oh, sorry. I probably should have said I pay attention to voice actors. So when I hear one that I know the name of, I'll probably end up referring to the voice actor who plays the character sometimes. And Captain Corvine sounded like Steve Bloom.
Thank John and Jode you arrived.
Ooh, that's nice. I'm gonna take it. And then, as you see, get restoring light increased to 3. And I got a neck item. Hey, always use more health. See, that's...
Well, it looks like you've certainly recovered from your wounds. And just in time to put that Euraxian Jekyll seat in his place. Ziswo, is this one grateful we found you in that wreckage? The soldiers said they were searching for something, but they barely gave us any chance to respond before they started attacking. It is best to leave. There is no reasoning with these maniacs. Yes, this one heard its terrible voice, like something out of a Moonsinger's stories. Ijadi had hoped to make her way to the Dragonhorn Tower, but she fears that fierce warriors now block her path. Not to mention the dragons circling overhead. Atop the tower sits the Dragonhorn, said to ground dragons with one mighty call. Though Ijadi is not sure if the legends are true, it is our best hope against such a brutal foe. All we need is someone to blow the horn. It seems folly not to try. Then you must exit the catacombs and follow the path north. There, you will see the tower. This one cannot promise the plan will work, of course. The Dragonhorn is very ancient, very brittle. But we must try, yes? Moons be with us. We will wait until you have blown the Dragonhorn. If the dragon is subdued, that will be our best chance to escape. If not, well, we will try to be swift. That is good to hear. Ijadi feared the worst. If you see them again, try to stay by the Grand Adept's side. He may seem steady as a rock, but age has caused his edges to crumble. Many moons ago, Akaviri warriors known as the Dragon Guard protected this land. It was they who built the Dragonhorn Tower, a gift to safeguard Starhaven against the dragons that once plagued elsewhere. So the legends say. What a shame the Dragon Guard no longer walk the sands of elsewhere. We could use such warriors during these troubling times.
And I believe I've already asked that question, but hey, never hurts to double check.
We will wait until you have blown the Dragonhorn. If the dragon is subdued, that will be...
Alright, so as I said, I've probably already done that, so let's see, let's take a look around. Can never have too many ingredients. When you're not a subscriber, you're playing it much like you would the mainline games, where everything attributes to weight. And they really do limit the, well, not so much weight, but number of items you can carry. And let's take a look at the map, because I'm in a new area now. So we want to go this way. So that's a turn. That being said, let's take a look. Ah, bad path. Well, trying to be sneaky. Guess what? I can heal. Anything you can do, I can do better. Alright. Moon sugar. Let me take here. Ah.
How are we supposed to find anything here?
And I said that's the way they teach you to fight in this game, has been very much the way you fought in the mainline games. And I know a bit about the mainline games, but one of our other individuals that will be part of this channel, they will be able to tell you even much more. And I'm level 3 now.
I'm sick of these cats. The sooner we torch this place, the better.
But I like cats. You're not going to torch anybody. let's keep moving. I'm going to just try to get to a less occupied spot. Alright. Nobody's noticed me, so I'm going to go ahead and do this and level up. And as you see, I'm going to get a fortifying meal.
Why does Queen Meraxia want body parts? Ugh, I know. Don't ask.
Ooh, sounds like a necromancer to me. I'm going to go ahead and pop that, and I'm going to...
Nothing here.
Well, that was rude. Let a person complete leveling up first. But, I can heal. They're sucking the life out of me. Quite literally. And we're going to go boop, just because. And I'm going to go back here and go to skill.
I'd see a dragon, much less fight alongside one.
And let's see, restoring light. Don't quite have it to where I can get something else. So I'm just going to go over here to two-handed. And I'm going to actually get a my first strike there.
How often do you find anything in here?
You see, and now I have an uppercut. Slaughtable. And with things like fortifying meals and drinks, those are they increase your base stats. In this case, it would be increase your health, your magic, and your stamina. And that'll be for 2 hours. They're very generous with giving these things out. So don't be afraid to actually use them. But I'm going to go back because I'm going to try to finish this tutorial up. And let's go this way. Let's take a look at that again. Oh yeah, let's just follow the road. Said I like exploring around, but I'm about to hit my hour mark, and I'm going to just, oh, that was nice. And I'm going to use that skill that I just got. Boom. And a boom. And there's restoring light to 4. Yes. Let's keep moving. I was about to be highly disappointed if it was an apple basket and it didn't have an apple in it. That's one thing I do love about this game is the environments, even like deserts and mountain sides. They are so beautifully done. To the dragon horn. And climb the tower. And sound the horn. Well, that dragon just went boom. And, well, they said it was very brittle. They weren't lying.
The dragon may be subdued, but not for long. This one fears for those inside the Adeptorium.
Then Zamorak and the Traveler will go. You should take this chance to escape.
Majadro will not run while his disciples are in danger.
As you wish. Let us be quick then.
And there's our dragon.
The beast blocks our way. We must fight.
And yes. I'm going to uppercut you. Several times. Out of the way. Oh, that wing. Burned.
Return to my side.
Beast departs. Quick, let us leave.
Let us leave this place before the beast returns.
Why did the dragon flee?
It was called away. This one heard its name on the wind. Balogdan.
Called away. Do the dragons work together?
Perhaps. At the very least, this dragon seems to have allied himself with the Euraxians.
Then the rebellion has begun.
Yes, this one is afraid it has. Come, traveler. Let us speak. Thank you for saving Majadro's disciples. A courageous spirit. It will do you well should you decide to stay elsewhere. And this one does hope you decide to stay. The Khajiit need heroes like you during these dark times. And only more to come, this one fears. Before you leave, you should speak to Zamorak. It seems that he's also decided to leave us. Perhaps he can help guide you to your next location.
And there's our rewards: a Caravanner Strongbox and a skill point. Let's complete.
Walk. One more thing.
What will we do now?
Starhaven is no longer safe. Who knows when it'll be attacked again?
To give in to despair, this is easy. Let us instead find strength and hope. Joan and Joel will one day shine on Starhaven again. This we must continue to believe.
And let's talk to Zamorak.
Starhaven is safe, but the danger is far from over. I fear there is still much to do, Walker. The letter you carried. Zamorak must confess that he read it while you were recovering. This one has heard of Abner Tharn. He is a battle mage and former advisor to the Emperor. He seeks allies to stand against this rage of dragons. Zamorak wants to help the Khajiit Defense Force, but he has something he needs to check on first. But you, Walker, your aid would be immeasurable. Find Abner Tharn in Riverhold. Offer your assistance against the dragons.
And my time in the tutorial is done. And we go to elsewhere. And with that said and done, this session is coming to a close.